Hey, it's One Plucky Pixel here, and welcome back to another creative design tutorial. In today's video, we will cover how to use parent pages along with basic page numbering in Adobe InDesign. Starting things off, this is our document. We do have 8 pages in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all of which are facing pages. Now, we will navigate to our Pages panel, and upon clicking it, we do have an overview of our pages here. Now you'll notice the pages that we see over here to the left are mirrored, of course, and they are labeled with the letter A. These are essentially child pages. In this case, they are children of parent A or A parent. If we are to click this thumbnail over here, these set of pages if you will, we will access our parent pages. Parent pages essentially work like templates. Any page that is assigned to the A parent will copy that structure. Any shapes, lines, colors, images, and textures on A parent or parent A will appear on children of that same label or designation, if you will. For instance, I can use the shape tool here. I have currently my ellipse tool active. I'll go ahead and make a basic circle like this, and apply a yellow fill. And as you can see, the yellow circle is now appearing on all child pages, specifically to the left part of our facing pages. Conversely, if I utilize the rectangle tool and create a basic square like this, setting it to the blue or cyan tone, notice how it appears only on the right side of the spreads, all of which on pages labeled as A, children of parent A over here. Now, we're going to utilize this technique in order to create page numbers. I'll go ahead and delete these objects. Starting things off, I do have to create text boxes for my page numbers. All I have to do is navigate over here and select my type tool. I'm going to zoom in ever so slightly. I'm going to click and drag and create my text box. Don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect. Upon doing so, I'm just going to zoom out. I do have my regular selection tool active. I'm going to hold Alt or Option on my keyboard along with Shift and create a copy, just like that. Zooming back in, I'm now going to double click on the text box. And while my cursor is active, I'm going to navigate over here to Type, Insert Special Character, Markers, and then Current Page Number. I will repeat the process on the right side now. Click on my text box, ensuring the cursor is active. Then going to Type, Insert Special Character, Markers, and Current Page Number. However, we can also style them. For example, I'm going to click and highlight the letter A, and I will use Beba's New, one of my favorite typefaces. And perhaps make it a bit larger. Let's do 20 points. I'll do the same thing over here. Beba's New Bold, 20 points. And this time I will right align my text. Nice and cozy to the corner margin there. And now, upon going to my pages, they are now properly numbered, as you can see here. Now, you'll notice there is a slight issue. For example, this is currently a small booklet. This is the back cover, and this is the front cover over here. And within my book, I actually want to start the pages here on page 3. We currently have to accomplish 2 different steps. The first thing is to create a new parent layer, or parent page if you will, that does not have page numbers. I'm going to navigate over here to my dropdown, select it like so, and select New Parent. I'm going to leave everything as is, and leave this as Parent B. I select OK, and there is my new parent page. Notice we have no graphics, no text, no lines, no textures, and absolutely no page numbers. Navigating to my Pages panel, I want to select all pages that will no longer be part of Parent A or A Parent. I'm going to hold Command on my keyboard, or Control. I'm going to select my cover, my front cover over here, my back cover, and then this page over here. I then right-click, select Apply Parent to Pages, and from here, I can then select Parent B or B Parent, and then select OK. And in this case, my page numbers are now gone. Going back to my other pages, we now have page numbering. Just like that. Now, we do have one concern, however. I do want to change the way the pages are numbered. I want this instead to be page number 1, followed by 2, 3, 4, and 5. In order to do so, select the page in which you would like the numbering to start. While this is active, simply right-click, go to Numbering and Section Options, like so. Before doing so, be sure to deselect Allow Document Pages to Shuffle. If you do not select this option, your pages will be rearranged, so I will go ahead and deselect this option. I'll return once more, select Numbering and Section Options, and from here I will select Start Page Numbering at 1. And upon selecting OK, we do have a dialog box, a warning if you will. This is suggesting that we do have page numbers that do exist already, and of course by creating a new set of page numbers, there will be an overlap. However, we have already accounted for that with our parent pages if you will, which will no longer have any page numbers. Therefore, I will just go ahead and select OK. And from here, our page numbers are now updated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you have it. Now, in this case, we'll briefly go over what you can do with parent pages. In this case, let's go back to a parent. The parent pages housing the page numbers. Now, you can place absolutely anything on these pages. For example, I can place in a logo. I'll go to File, Place, and select my logo like so. Double click, and here we are. Now, utilizing my free transform tool, I will go ahead and scale down my logo. I'll select the tool like so, click and hold Shift, and scale it down accordingly. Right about here is good. I'll utilize my regular selection tool, click and drag it to the margin. Of course, if I do want a perfect alignment, I will also utilize my alignment tools over here. I select the drop-down, ensure that Align to Page is active, and select Horizontal Center. Now, I'll hold Alt or Option on my keyboard, followed by Shift, duplicate it over, and once more confirm that the graphic is centered. Now, let me go ahead and add some text. I'll select my Type tool over here, click and drag, and I'll just type in 1 lucky pixel. I'll go ahead and center my text, add in my favorite bebas, and increase the type size accordingly. I'll do the same thing over here as well. Holding Alt or Option and Shift, click, drag it over like so, and ensuring that it is properly centered on the page, just like that. And as you can see, as we go back to our other pages, these are now consistent. Now, let's say, for example, that I want to modify the text on the last page. I can also do that. Currently, I cannot. Notice how anything that is natively part of the parent page cannot be moved, edited, or deleted. If you would like to edit content originally from the parent template, or parent page if you will, simply hold Command or Control plus Shift and click on the object. And from here, I can change the text. I could, for example, say this. A little cheeky, mind you, but it does the trick. Also, I could delete the logo if I would like to. Once more, holding Command or Control and Shift on the keyboard, click, and delete. Now, if for any reason I am not happy with this result, I will have to modify the page and bring back the original template. Notice, we used a parent on this particular page. We're going to right-click on the page we would like to revert to normal, select Apply Parent to Pages, and select None. We're going to break the connection between the page and its parent page for the time being. Also, be sure to delete any lingering text boxes, shapes, or images. Once more, I now return over here, right-click, select Apply Parent to Pages, and now bringing back a parent or parent A pages. And just like that, the page is now back to normal. This is a very important step if you do want the template to auto-update the pages accordingly. If you do make certain modifications on individual pages, changes on the template itself may not update accordingly. So this is a very important step to keep in mind. But overall, this is an overview of how to utilize parent pages within Adobe InDesign and also how to set up basic page numbering. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments section below, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. As always, thank you so much for watching.